David off. That's what I use for my pipe. You know, I'm from Suicide Falls, Missouri, and I've gone from this to this, the North Shore pipe. The greatest cigar I ever had. And they make a big deal about it. Everything is, you know, America was known for our tobacco. And I'm a cigar expert, aficionado. The American Cigar by J.C. Newman. The finest cigar you'll ever have. Everything's American and better than a Fuente, better than an Opus X. The American by Newman. If you're a cigar smoker, you probably know what I'm talking about. If not, treat yourself today. Chicken face. Are we ready? Are we ready to start? Before we start the show, this is just a little warm-up, a little appetizer. This was a gift from Randy Macho Man Savage. God, did I love him. Ooh, yeah. Was he the best? I mean, I guess you got to say Hulk Hogan, but then Randy, or was it Ric Flair? Woo! Mancow, thanks for everything. God, what a great guy. Jerry the King Lawler, you may remember him from, well, as a great wrestler, but also his dust-ups with Andy Kaufman. This guy had a birthday about 3 weeks ago. I forgot to show this, but Steven Adler, friend of mine, kind of a sad story, signed away his music. This is Son of Frankenstein, signed. He was also the voice of Bambi, Donnie Dunnigan, and Shirley Jones, Partridge Family, Music Man, and Wizzo, hootie, signed this right before he died. And then I love this guy. It's tricky to rock a rhyme that's right on time. It's tricky. DMC, the most talented guy from Run DMC. Oh, and my friend Brian Greenberg, I want to dedicate this to his father who just died. And I wrote a book about dealing with my dad's death, a New York Times bestseller. And I do love the foreword in here. For all of our dads, the often forgotten backbone of every man's life, the foundation for who they were, who we are, and who our sons will be. And then I went and had two 16-year-old daughters right now. It ain't easy. It ain't easy. Would you like me to read from the book a little bit more? I will. That's good. Oh, God. I could read it all night. I'll read it over and over. Oh, God bless you. Hey, we dedicate this to Jesus, too. Let's go. Let's start this show. It's February 21st. This is Mancow Monday Night Live. This is the Lion's Den. I hope you know before you tuned in. This is where the angels and the devils fight, and they're choosing up sides, all right? Me, I'm part man, part monkey, part mystery, and the angels and the devils are playing tug of war with my personality. Here we go. Are you ready? As I said last week, all hell is not breaking loose. It's being exposed. Now is the time for good men to set up and step up. And where there is no vision, people perish. Why are people dying in Chicago? 1,000 last year nearly. Why? No vision. I say defend, don't defund the cops. Oh, and by the way, a message to Biden. Just turn the teleprompter around so that we can read it. Wouldn't that be easier instead of stumbling through it? The University of Northampton has decided George Orwell's 1984 has a trigger warning and could be too tough for kids to have. They are talking about banning George Orwell's 1984. Think about that. Think about this. Huxley's Brave New World, 1984. We're living in it, man. We're living in it. Oh, you can't say that word. We can say this word. You can't. We can sing that word. You can't say it. And if you do, we'll destroy you. And you can't do this. You can't say that. And you can't do this. Ooh, I do a little sidestep. Now they see me. Now they don't. I've come and gone. Yeah, I'll say whatever I want because I'm an American. And so should you. Don't worry about them. You worry about you and your soul. All right? Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Rogan. I was talking about you. Yeah. Someone asked me if it was true. No, stupid ass. It was a joke. It was a joke. Okay. And yeah. One little prick took away our freedom. We gave it all up for one little prick, and that little prick's name is Dr. Fauci. An athletic friend of my daughter's, Nutrair Hockey, I think. They say he has a big heart. Probably. A lot of people got a big heart now. Yeah. Enlarged heart. Yeah. Keep going. More. Keep going, man. Keep going. Yeah. Killing freedom one prick at a time. Yeah. Oh, irony alert. Neil Young did the song Keep on Rockin' in the Free World. Wow. The guy that's against freedom of speech. Go play with your trains, Neil. And the fact is, right, nobody gives a shit. Nobody under 40, I would guess, really gives a shit about Neil Young. Saw him live in Germany once, and he was really incredible. He was really incredible. All right. So the book, there you go. I'm running for governor. Hello, Governor. I do like that when I walk in places. Hello, Governor. I'm doing events all the time. We're getting close to my Mr. Beef blowout. I want to have 100 of you at Mr. Beef. I want to buy you lunch. I talked about this last week. Direct message me if you'll be part of it. I don't want to do it if we're not going to have a big crowd, and I want to buy everybody the best beef, and always get it wet. I like it wet. Always get it wet and with hot jardinere on it. It's the greatest Chicago sandwich here. It's Mr. Beef on Orleans, and we're going to do an event for me for governor. I'm not asking for any money. It'll be free. What I am asking for is ideas. If you just want to come and see what it's like and get a free sandwich, I'm not interested. I want people with big ideas. I want people to give me your ideas. What would you do? Lend me your ideas. What would you do? Tell me it closer to the governor's mansion. I want to do it for you. I'm not doing it for me. My ego's been stroked. EGO, Edge got out. EGO, Edge got out. My ego's, I'm fine. Believe me. I don't need this for my ego. I do love America, and I love God and country, and I want to give back. And the billionaire that's funding the Republican and the billionaire that is our governor, these two fighting, and the loser will be you. Do we have any more slides? Anything I want to put up? There he is. Okay, get rid of him. We can do better. And I want to surround myself with the best. When did Glenn Beck become Burl Ives? Silver and gold. Chris Farley, I didn't do it. Chris Farley used to do mountains of cocaine. If you've seen Scarface, put it back up. And Glenn Beck looks like Burl Ives. He looks like freaking Burl Ives. But Farley would do massive amounts of cocaine. And then he would put on Burl Ives. Burl Ives was a singer in the 60s. Looks like this guy right here. Looks like Glenn Beck. There you go. And he was Sam the Snowman and Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And he would get coked up, start talking about his dad who had died. I would talk about my dad who died, just regular hardworking guys. And he would start crying, and then he would put on Little Bitty Tear Let Me Down, ruined my career as a clown. Many times I saw a coked up Chris Farley singing that over and over, coked up out of his mind. And you know what I was thinking? Get me out of here. If you're running around somebody on cocaine, they repeat everything over and over and over and over and over, which reminds me, when did Glenn Beck become Burl Ives? Whoa! Okay, next slide. Do we have anything else? Anything else you want to put up? The sign. Go back. I love this. People are making their own signs. I don't have signs yet. mancowforgovernor.com. What's the next one? Anything else? We're good. Okay. All right. Listen, a short one tonight. We're going to have a great guest next week. Direct message me at Instagram. And if you want to join me at Mr. Beef, probably early March. Okay? Keep me in your prayers. I keep you in my prayers. Candace Jordan's calling. Yeah, this was the Playboy Playmate. And I was at the mansion many times. These women are coming out and talking about how awful it was being at the mansion. And they all love being there. I wasn't a huge Hef fan, but I was at the mansion many times. Candace, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you, Mancow? Nice to hear your voice.
Thank you. I'm doing my podcast live. You're on, and I'm just holding the phone up to the microphone. I'm going to have you on live, probably either the end of February, end of the month here, or March. But
Right.
but I knew Kevin Burns. He was one of my closest friends. He did The Girls Next Door. I spent many times at The Girl Next Door on that set. I was on a couple episodes, and I was also at Hef's mansion. I always found it interesting that Hef would get these 18-year-old girls that posed naked for him, and then we would sit and watch, and I'm not kidding, silent movies.
Yeah. So what's your point?
Hef loves silent. I just wondered, these beautiful bleach blonde babes sitting everywhere. Okay, now we're going to watch The Man Who Laughs. This is one of the great Conrad Veidt silent films. and his brother was always there. And who ran the mansion? What was her name?
Mary O'Connor.
Mary O'Connor was a friend of mine. God, she was beautiful. I stayed the night several times. And of course, Hef would always show where John Lennon had put his cigarette out on the painting.
So do you relate to this series that they're showing on A&E?
No, it's horse shit. Nobody was people. Let me look. I don't think Hugh Hefner was good for society. Candace, we'll have you on. We'll talk about it.
Okay,
Maybe we can put up some pictures of Candace.
I disagree with you. I think he was great for society, and I think society just hasn't come to realize it yet.
Okay.
So
we'll talk. But that's not the point. The point is they're trying to say now that these women were somehow abused or whatever. They lived in splendor. They wanted to be there. Women were clamoring to be there. People clamored to be at the Playboy Mansion. And now this
300 bunnies would line up. 300 girls would line up to audition to be a Playboy bunny. And I was a part of some of these bunny hunts. The girls, they could not wait to become a part of this. If this bullshit was true, these girls would have heard rumors of it somewhere, somehow. It was a place to be. It was a place to be. I mean, feel important, to be, somebody that, you could make money at this. It was a celebrity factor. There was so much to this. I mean, Mancow, we could talk.
Well, we'll talk. And I'm going to, Candace, I'm going to book you live. You've been a friend of mine for 20 years, 25 years. I've never looked you up. When were you in Playboy?
Oh, fuck. I was a 9-time cover girl. I was December 79 Playmate. I just posed for a 12-page pictorial cover feature for the second to last issue. I'll send you my bio.
Okay. I don't need your bio. You're a dear friend of mine. I love you, Candace.
I'm going to send it because I want you to know what my backstory is.
Okay.
Playboy. Well, you need to see it.
I don't need to know your backstory. I just want to see your backside in Playboy. Sorry, Jesus. Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, Jesus. Forgive me. I know not what I do.
Lots to talk about.
Candace, my point is I was on the set. I was with Hef for, I would say, hundreds of hours. I know you spent tons of time with him. There was never a time. Nobody had to stay. It wasn't a prison. And
I have been with the Playboy organization for 50 fucking years, Mancow. 50 years.
Yeah.
Okay. And in all that history and all that time with Playboy and Hefner, you would think that I would heard a whisper of something like this. I mean, my ears would have shot up.
Yeah.
I never once heard anything like what I'm hearing on this A&E series, ever.
Well, I'm running for governor. I'm waiting for some knucklehead to claim something that's untrue. I'm sure if this thing goes much longer, they'll pay somebody to lie. And there's big money in that. And that's not how I roll. I'm very respectful. I may have been saucy on air, but off air, I always was respectful.
No, you are.
There was one in my life, and not on the radio, off the radio, but there was one time that I leaned forward and kissed a girl, and I thought she was leaning forward to kiss me too, and she goes, wait, what are you doing? And I stopped. Oh my God, I thought we were kissing. No. And that's it. I couldn't be with a prostitute or anything because I actually have to think a woman likes me.
Well, first of all, you have the most gorgeous wife on the planet, Mancow.
Yeah, so she's going to be the most beautiful first lady of all time.
Of all time. And so there's not
in Illinois anyway.
Not even any thoughts about with anybody else, even before her. It was meant to be the relationship.
I'm madly in love. We just celebrated here a couple of weeks ago, my 19th anniversary. Listen, and you've met my kids, and you've been to my restaurant Marquesa, which you gave good reviews to, and I appreciate it. But Candace, the point is, how about this? Let me ask you this. What about Hef and John Holmes? Was that true?
Well, he was a champion of the free speech and the First Amendment and sexual freedom. I mean, it's kind of stands to reason that he would be, a supporter of all these.
I did hear the story that Hef bedded John Holmes.
That he did what?
Bedded.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't hear that story.
Okay.
well,
And I did hear, certainly from the girls next door, I want to say Kendra, but I don't know. I can't remember specifically, but I did hear that he was more interested in watching them together than he was in participating. But, you know, he was 105.
well, you know what? Everybody's got their own sexual preferences.
Well, what's
and
your sexual preference,
I'm not here
Candace?
I am not here to judge one soul on what they like to do in bed.
Okay.
That is not my
So,
job
so
to
this
learn.
is a tease. She's been speaking up for Hef. Some women are getting paid to go on TV and say, "Oh, poor me, I was at the Playboy Mansion partying."
Do you think are they getting paid for that series?
Yes, of course you get paid. Yeah, listen,
Okay.
and I want to say one other thing. Just nobody is going to know this, Candace. You may know these people. Boy, did I hate Hef's daughter. I still can't stand that bitch. Oh, I hate her. Oh, what a vile piece of shit she is. Christy Hefner. Oh, God, did I hate her. His boys were very nice. But I just want to tell you, I have a memory. Nobody's going to know what I'm talking about. This is for me and you. Don't even pay attention, folks. But sitting with Chuck McCann, Larry Storch from F Troop, and Robert Culp from I Spy and Greatest American Hero. Brilliant man. Hef and his brother playing cards with 30 playmates sitting around as we talked about silent movies and old TV and Sid and Marty Croft and Donnie and Marie, and these girls are looking like, huh?
Well, you know, they didn't have to be there. I mean, you know, so it was their choice.
Okay, save it. We're going to have you on an episode soon.
All right.
Candace, what are you on Instagram?
Candid Candace.
Candid Candace on Instagram. And Candace, I want to encourage people to join me on Instagram if they don't take me off because, you know, I'm not a communist. But Candace, I need some sex appeal out there on the campaign trail. I'm doing 3 or 4 events every day. I need you to. Are you ready to go campaigning?
I like you. You know I like you, Mancow.
Come on. I'm the only choice. Man, I love you too. Mancowforgovernor.com. Keep me in your prayers. God bless, guys. Good night.